You know what'd be great right now? Moe's. I love Moe's. But COVID's got us like in this quarantine thing, and I don't want to leave the house. So we're going to make Moe's at home. In specific, a chicken quesadilla. Let's get started on this episode of Tummy Time. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Tubby Time. And we really want Moe's tonight, but we can't get it because we don't want to leave the house. It's COVID and we don't want to go out there. So we're going to show you a quick and easy recipe to make chicken quesadillas that, I don't like to brag, but in my opinion are better than Moe's. Let's get started, go through the ingredients, and we'll show you how easy this recipe really is. First thing you're going to need is seasoned chicken. And you can't just buy this at the grocery store, you can buy the chicken. How to get it looking this good, we'll show you. For the seasoning, you're going to need, about that, pepper, salt, oregano, paprika, chili powder, ground cumin, it's cumin, I know, granulated garlic, chopped garlic, lime juice from concentrate or fresh lime juice, cornstarch, olive oil. Oh, that's it for the seasoning part. As far as the other ingredients you'll need for the quesadillas, peppers. Just have a red and green here. Don't necessarily need red and green. You can do whatever you want. I was actually saying I wish we got some jalapenos too, because that makes life better all the time. We're going to use sort of a half of an onion. Cheese. Got lots of cheese. We're just using bags that we had left over. We got some mild cheddar, some Mexican style, more mild cheddar, and oddly enough, mozzarella, because I love mozzarella cheese. It adds a nice gooey consistency to the quesadilla that's to die for. As far as our tortillas go, we just have the standard Mission tortillas here. Try to get the largest ones you can. I actually prefer the larger ones that they have at Moe's. They actually sell those in some supermarkets. But these are delicious. They work just as well. They'll be fine for what we're doing. Last but not least, when you're all done with everything, you're going to need some salsa, some cultured sour cream, and some cilantro if you like cilantro. Everything's optional in this recipe. Don't listen to me. All right, let's get started. All right, to start, we're going to add about 1.8 pounds of thinly sliced chicken breast into a bowl. You can use as much as you want. We did that to save time. In a separate bowl, mix 2 tablespoons of chili powder, 2 teaspoons cumin, 2 teaspoons paprika, a few pinches of salt, however much you want, a teaspoon of oregano, pepper. We love pepper, so we add a ton. About a teaspoon and a half of cornstarch, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 2 tablespoons of lime juice, and a spoonful or 2 of garlic. We're going to look for something like that. Mix it all together until it's a nice, consistent, brick red-ish looking thing that falls off the spoon like so. Then take your bowl of chicken and start slowly adding your mixture into that. I just used a spoon here because I didn't feel like getting chicken hands that day, but you can do whatever you want. Use your hands if you really must. Then take your chicken, make sure it's blended like so, and put it in the fridge covered for no less than a half an hour. You can do up to 24 hours. The longer the better. We did about 3 that day. Next, you're going to cut up your veggies. Like I said, we have a green and red pepper here along with about a half of an onion. And what's nice about quesadillas is you don't necessarily have to use vegetables. You can do whatever you want. It's your recipe. We like adding veggies because we think it kicks it up a notch and brings flavor to the meal. Once your veggies are cut up and in a separate bowl, you can go out and start your flat top. We're going to turn 2 sides on medium, or 2 zones on medium and 2 zones on high. Take your scraper, scrape off the extra gunk that you might have on there. Gross. And do some hibachi tricks. Yeah, I'm not a professional, as you can see, so please don't judge me. I don't like that. On your high side, put down your vegetable oil and your ball of chicken, which just looks great. Take your spatulas and move your chicken around. Make sure that the chicken is flat on the flat top. See what I did there? Because you want to have a maximum sear and surface area touching that. Then leave it alone. Let it do its thing for about 3 to 4 minutes. Once that time goes by, you can flip it. We're looking for a nice brown crust like you see there. Flip all that chicken, spread it out, make sure it's not on top of each other or whatever, and let it do its thing. Next, when you're done with that, you can throw your vegetable oil down on your medium side and throw your veggies down. Now, as you can see here, we're not cooking our veggies first like we normally do, and the reason is we don't want our veggies to cook down. We want them to be a little bit crunchy, so we just want to cook the outside and stir them around and make sure that they aren't cooking too quickly or whatever. We just have them like so, leave them, start cutting up your chicken. Yeah, cutting up your chicken, because you can do that on a flat top. Can't do that on a grill. Now, as you saw there, chicken's still raw. It's not done yet. We've been having that cook for about 6 minutes or so, 7 minutes. So it needs a little bit more time. We're going to cut it up into manageable cubes so we can put it on the quesadilla. You never see whole chicken breasts on a quesadilla. So we cut it up, and we're going to toss them around to make sure the seasoning that is on the griddle gets mixed in there. Some crusties are always really good. Once that's all mixed up, you can move your mound of vegetables onto your chicken, mix everything together. It's much easier than doing it separately, in my opinion, and it adds all of the seasoning together so you have consistent flavor throughout the meal. Once everything is mixed up, you can go ahead and turn your chicken, oh, it looks so good. You can go ahead and turn your chicken burners, or high side, on to low, because basically we're done cooking that. We just want it to stay warm as we do our other things. Pro tip here, you want to make your girlfriend happy? Have her come out and inspect the food and make a nice hibachi heart for her. Isn't that adorable? I just wanted peace and quiet the rest of the night, but she loved it, so I got what I wanted. It worked out. Next, we're going to throw down our tortillas. Now, we have that still on a medium-ish heat, medium-low. What I like to do is throw down the tortillas and let it cook for a minute or two on one side, and then throw it on the other side. So good. Oh my God. So we have it cooking for a minute, and you saw me rub that around the flat top. I just want to get some seasoning on there that might be stuck to the griddle and taste delicious. So once that's cooked, we can flip them, or warmed on one side, we can flip them and add our cheese. Now, once again, we have Mexican, cheddar, and mozzarella. As you can see, I just add a little bit of cheese at a time, and then every time I do that, I spread it out, because you don't want just all the cheese crowded in the middle. Remember, we have to fold these, so we want to have even cheese, as even as we can get it, throughout the meal. Once everything is evenly heated and the cheese is beginning to melt, we can throw our pepper on, and then we're going to start adding our ingredients. So this is the complicated part. You don't want to have a giant mound of chicken and vegetables, because cheese is half the meal. That's what a quesadilla is. It's a cheesy, delicious mound of goodness that's on a tortilla. So we want to have the ratios pretty well. I just use a half spatula worth of ingredients. We just fold those once we add them, make sure they're nice and even and not like lopsided on one side. Give them a press, and we just wait for them to melt. Because the worst thing ever is flipping your quesadilla before it's melted. You're going to have ingredients go everywhere. Unlike that. See how it easily flipped and nothing went everywhere? So we just give them a few minutes on each side, cook them down to a golden brown, throw our other ingredients away. We don't need those. I'm just kidding. We're fat. We saved those. And then once they're cooked, you can plate them. And ladies and gentlemen, had some difficulty there. Ladies and gentlemen, here's your finished product. Okay, so we're back with our finished product. And they came out pretty good. I really like them. So she smelled it. All right. So we got our finished product here, like I said. And we are going to do a nice taste test. Hungry people first. Bon appetit. Enough cheese?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah?
Yeah, I like the chicken. It's got a lot of good flavor.
So I'm famous for not putting enough cheese on my quesadillas, which doesn't make really much sense because I'm fat and I love cheese. But I think I did all right this time. Also, if you want to add cilantro, you can. I actually didn't. I could have. I just didn't feel like it. I'm not in a cilantro mood tonight, but usually I would. And then, if you want to grab that, we also have a bunch of leftovers in our bowl. We like having leftovers. So every time we make a recipe we like to make way more than is necessary, so we have dinner for the next night too. Because we're lazy and don't feel like cooking every night. So that's about it. We're gonna put some sour cream and salsa in a bowl, and I hope all you are feeling all right and staying safe and clean and sterile, and yeah. Hopefully this will be over sooner than later and we can get back to enjoying life. So once again, thank you for watching another episode of Tubby Time. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, dislike. If you don't like us, that's cool. It is what it is. Goodbye.
All for me then.